Gotta live for something, I die for nothing. Blood and pressure, your time is coming.
And so tell everybody just about yourself real quick.
So man, I'm a creative, you know what I mean? I'm a genuine person and I just like vibing for real, like getting high. You can catch me smoking weed and damn near all my videos and shit, you know what I mean? Just trying to create that vibe for everyone else, just want to connect with people for real, like deadass.
With these stars, feel what I became.
Alright man, so kind of talk to us about what really got you into music. Like what was kind of like the first stepping stone into your career?
After my dad died, like damn near 10 years ago, you know what I mean? I got that fire and I needed something to, you know what I mean, have me prolong through all the trials and tribulations of life and all the bullshit it was bringing at the time. And I used to have a real bad depression, and music, you know what I mean, helped me see the light for real, no cap, bro.
Okay, and they kind of talk about, with that obviously pretty traumatic experience for you, how does that kind of go into your music and how you kind of want to, not necessarily pull heartstrings and stuff like that, but you want people to feel what you are saying and the message you are trying to bring?
Yeah, I want it to feel tangible. I want it to feel, you know what I mean. I like to, I definitely want it to be cathartic. You know what I mean. I want something to relate with because, like, you know what I mean. Those traumatic experiences and shit only make you stronger, and you know what I mean. And life's about trial and error. And I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean. But I'm just having fun doing it. Like, period.
Working on a better me. I've been working on a better me.
Shows you've done, talk about the fun that you've had in the experience of making music.
Oh, dude, it's electrifying. It really is. It's a drug. It's a drug that you're never going to experience again. Like when you're on stage or you know selling at a crowd. You know what I mean? I sold 90 tickets. You know what I mean? We never really had any big ass shows. You know what I mean? So like that was my first real big show. It was direct support for him. So it was just really humbling. You know what I mean? Like let me shut up and just made me more focused more. Like that was just one of the doors I opened. It wasn't shit. It happened. You know what I mean? That the past is the past. Now I gotta work. You know what I mean? Work on the present and the future. Like for real.
And how are you working on those? Like what are some of the things that you've realized that you need to work on? Maybe it was some of the lyrics or the way that you brought forth the lyrics in your beats.
I've been reading a lot, man. Like
okay.
Reading has helped. You know what I mean? Like my brain. You know what I mean? Start going again like it was at once. It's starting to become. It's more accelerated. It's an accelerated rate. You know what I mean? Like I'm reading Think and Grow Rich again because you know what I mean? Like. That is a creative process itself. Like how I create music, it's all with like that burning desire, and then you know what I mean. The creativity kind of you know what I mean, just comes from above, or you know, it spirals out of you for real. Like it's something you can't control. And I just realized, like you know what I mean, the genuine, how like genuine it is to be. You know what I mean, and that act and actually create is like is life for real. And it's, like I said, it's a drug. Like it's just something you can't like create again unless you know what I mean you're creating like on that same like dimension.
So talk about some of the things that you do to get into that dimension. Like what are some of the ways that you kind of like relax yourself or even hype yourself up when you're going to a show, or maybe right now with COVID going into just making the song? Like what do you kind of do?
So if I'm chill, I'm gonna listen to Currency and like Larry June type beats all day, you know what I mean? But before I'm going to the studio, I'm gonna probably freestyle for a couple hours, you know what I mean? Build my cadence, try to get my voice right, you know what I mean? And then find the beats. I might hit up, you know what I mean, Chinks and be like, yo, give me some beats, you know what I mean? Shout out Chinks. Or I might go to YouTube, but I never rap on YouTube beats. You know what I mean? All my beats are licensed. All the 9 times out of 10 they're exclusives. You know what I mean? Like I rarely even rap on leases, but you know what I mean? Just trying to acclimate myself to like being in that moment is less daunting. You know what I mean? Than just being there and just like you have to go like you know what I mean 0 to 100 like real quick. You know what I mean? I can go like half pace and still fucking bang some shit out in 15 minutes. Like, no cap.
Who are some or who are kind of some of the people that you do enjoy working with? Obviously, we talked off camera. You've been working with Chinks a lot lately. So kind of talk about who you do like working with and maybe who you want to start to work with. Maybe that's just not in music. Maybe it's like apparel or how you see them persuade or carry themselves outside of what they do.
Oh, facts. Yeah. You know, I'll be making shit with 1300 guys. You know what I mean? Meet you
Hellboy,
Stacks.
Meet
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, Two Foul, you know what I mean? All the homies, like, they are some real creative cats, man, and like they really like show like their passion with this, how much of workload they always have, you know what I mean? And like, shout out Chris Wise, I work with him, I love working with him. He just has, you know what I mean, just a different perspective than most, and he just like is very welcoming, and he actually like works with the artists.
Trying to find longevity, cause I've been working on a better me. The vibe so real with me.
Promotion for it first, or you kind of just like, I want to just release it? Like, what is your kind of build?
I always sit on music for, you know what I mean? I'm being perfectionist, and you know what I mean? Like, my music like means a lot to me, and I just don't want to like, I don't know, like when you release it, it's kind of like having a kid or some shit that you just throw into this world, you know what I mean, with no like, you know, expectations or whatever. You know what I mean? I want to have good preparation when, you know what I mean, when I roll it out, and like not even know what the rollout is, you know what I mean? Like I like showing my friends it, you know what I mean, playing in front of like hella people and shit, you know what I mean? They'll let me know like when they like, yo, send me that, you know what I mean? Like then I'll release it. But yeah, then, you know what I mean, promotion for sure. And nowadays it's just all content, so you just gotta figure out how to like promote it a million different ways, you know what I mean, differently every time, you know what I mean? That's what it's like, because people are gonna get bored of it real quick.
So kind of talk about that, your promotion of your music. How do you kind of keep your music in people's ears? Obviously, people follow you on Twitter. You're obviously constantly posting your album. You're constantly posting music like that. So like, what else do you do kind of promotionally?
I just hit up the dude Connor from Wise Words Productions, and he made me like a little animation, you know what I mean, cover art. And it's just shit like that, you know what I mean? Shit that looks like it takes time, and just you can actually create good content. You know what I mean? Do trailer videos and shit, but that's not always, you know what I mean, the best plan, because that might not really like transmute into your plays, you know what I mean? It might just help your Instagram out. So literally when I promote, like now I'm at the point where like I'm just focusing on one. I'm shooting myself in the foot because of that, but I'm watching my like Spotify grow in real time, you know what I mean? As opposed to being like, I gotta like, you know what I mean, spam people or just tell everyone all the time, you know what I mean, click my link tree or like da-da-da. Like I made my own stickers and shit, like made my own stickers with the Spotify code, like QR codes. QR code I think is gonna be the future for real, and it's some game that I probably shouldn't be speaking on because it's, you know what I mean, it's too real, but like think about it, man, like the QR code every day, you go to a restaurant, you see a QR code now, naturally, man, it's like wired into your head, you know what I mean? Like, it's just something that you want to check out almost. It's almost like a scavenger hunt or some shit. Like, I feel like QR codes and like, you know what I mean? Like, the digitalized, like, interface of like marketing and shit is like definitely like where it's going to be at. And that's what I've been doing lately, you know what I mean? Like, dead ass.
I agree with you, especially, I've never really thought about that, but now, especially with COVID and like the QR codes,
Yeah, man.
I definitely can see that being, and now you can get like business cards and shit that like you tap people's phones,
yeah,
and it does all that.
We're really in the digital age, like for real, like not even sound like that, but we are, like for real.
And I think it's
digital.
especially expedited now with everything that happened, that it's probably pushed, I believe it got pushed 5 years up.
Oh yeah.
Especially now, because it's like,
It's advanced. It's coming by. It's going to come by like way quicker. You know what I mean? Like real fast. Like you're going to see like big like breakthroughs and like science. You know what I mean? The world and you know what I mean? Inventions, technology, all that shit. Like real quick.
With these stars, feel what I became. Feel it course through my veins.
Create my own lane, because it was edgy, but I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever, bro. I'm living this shit. Like everything I say is like real. There's no cap in my raps. I'm not talking about fucking guns or on some street shit. You know what I mean? Like my people fucking, you know what I mean, might be doing that, but like that, you know what I mean? That's not my life. That's not my environment. We talking about strictly like, you know what I mean, drugs, good vibes and shit. You know what I mean? It might seem soft and shit, but you know, fuck that. Like, it's just life. It's more than anything. It's more people, you know what I mean? Fucking are doing recreational drugs than you know, especially like Adderall, Xanax. They might get prescribed to it. You know what I mean? That's like literally a bridge between us all. We all just trying to just fucking wind down. You know what I mean? Something to cut the edge off. Like drugs, man, drugs.
Alright, so this is a fan favorite. So what is your favorite conspiracy theory?
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Probably that we didn't go to the moon. Because I'm a big fan of, like, Stanley Kubrick and shit and his work. He's brilliant. And, you know what I mean? He's the ringleader behind that conspiracy. And there's a crazy conspiracy behind it. And I could see it, honestly, because Hollywood was so advanced. Like, we have technology. Before we get any technology, it's military technology. And we get military technology like 30 years. You know what I mean? Techs didn't come out in the 60s when they wanted to send a hit on a sniper. Or, you know, they wanted to tell the scout when to shoot. You know what I mean? Like, but that doesn't show, like, the realm of possibilities and what actually, you know what I mean, is out there. Then I don't know what really fucking doesn't.
Yeah, that's true. Like internet too. Like the internet was something the military had in the 50s
exactly.
and stuff like that. So what aspect of the moon landing do you think kind of drove you to be like, oh, this is it? Was it like the flag waving?
Yeah, the flag waving's creepy, man, for sure. Like I didn't really realize, like, you know what I mean, when I was younger. But then like when you know what I mean, apply to fucking the physics and, you know what I mean, sciences and all that groovy shit, like, you literally look at it like, how the fuck, you know what I mean, like, space is supposed to be a vacuum, you know what I mean, like, how the hell is there winds, like, it doesn't make sense, like, and for real, I was like, you know what I mean, fuck it. Something you don't really question, though, just something you just, like, you know what I mean, grow to accept, because, fuck, dude, this is the USA, and the media does, our media, like, controls the whole world, you know what I mean, like, so, Hollywood is Hollywood for a reason, for real.
Do you think any celebrities in particular are aliens? Like, you know how Mark Zuckerberg's a lizard person from Ohio?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, fucking Hillary Clinton, she's definitely a lizard person. Off top. Fucking, you know, I can't even think about who else would be, but definitely there are. I bet, Brad Pitt is a lizard person because of success.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Brad Pitt's a new one. How about that?
Yeah, and Angelina Jolie, you know what I mean? Because, like, her success and, like, their face shape, you know what I mean? It's, like, real, like, fucking angular, like, you know what I mean? Like, and just, I don't know, man. It reminded me of what lizards would be, just like, you know what I mean? Just top A-list celebrities and just fire. Fire fucking people.
Okay. Like that. You answer your phone. If that was your phone going off.
I just wanna be righteous, blame it on my mindset, spill like canvas into ether.
So talk about some of the things that you do to get into that dimension. Like, what are some of the ways that you kind of like relax yourself or even hype yourself up when you're going to a show, or maybe right now with COVID, going into just making the song? Like, what do you kind of do?
So if I'm chill, I'm more listening to Currency and like Larry June type beats all day, you know what I mean? But before I'm going to the studio, I'm going to probably freestyle for a couple hours, you know what I mean? Build my cadence, try to get my voice right, you know what I mean? And then find the beats. I might hit up, you know what I mean, Chinks and be like, yo, give me some beats, you know what I mean? Shout out Chinks. Or I might go to YouTube, but I never rap on YouTube beats, you know what I mean? All my beats are licensed, all the 9 times out of 10, they're exclusives, you know what I mean? Like, I rarely even rap on leases, but, you know what I mean? Just trying to acclimate myself to, like, being in that moment is less daunting, you know what I mean, than just being there and just, like, you have to go, like, you know what I mean, 0 to 100, like, real quick. You know what I mean? I can go, like, half pace and still fucking bang some shit out in 15 minutes, like, no cap.
Who are some of the people that you do enjoy working with? Obviously, we talked off camera. You've been working with Chinks a lot lately. So kind of talk about who you do like working with and maybe who you want to start to work with. Maybe that's just not in music. Maybe it's like apparel or how you see them persuade or carry themselves outside of what they do.
Oh, facts. Yeah. You know, I've been making shit with 1300 guys, you know what I mean? Michi Stacks. Yeah. You know, Two Foul, you know what I mean? All the homies, like, they are some real creative cats, man. And, like, they really like show like their passion with this, how much of workload they always have, you know what I mean? And like, shout out Chris Wise, I work with him, I love working with him. He just has, you know what I mean, just a different perspective than most, and he just like is very welcoming, and he actually like works with the artists based on like their budget and like what they want to do. You know what I mean? I don't know about the budget anymore because, you know what I mean, we all get money out here now.
So what do you feel like kind of helps you be different from other artists?
Oh, that's a good question. I think just fucking being real. I'm not really like putting on a front. You know what I mean? I'm not making a voice that I don't rap and talk with normally. You know what I mean? Like falsetto. You know what I mean? That's just like the pain and the soul and shit. But other than that, like I'm not making troll rap. Not making meme rap. Like, you know what I mean? No disrespect to anybody, because if that's what you, then that's how you know what I mean? That's how you get down. That's how you get down. I get it. I'm just cut from a different cloth, and I'm just trying to, you know what I mean, be solid and fucking really be 10 toes down and stand on what I speak. That shit sound rehearsed, but I swear to God, I was all off the dome.
So how did you come about finding your lane? How did you come about finding yourself in terms of music?
Oh, easy, man. Psychedelics. No one else is talking about it's the shit I was years ago. You know what I mean? You still might catch me talk about, you know what I mean, mushrooms and acid Molly, but I was on some like woke shit before people even knew what woke was. You know what I mean? Like I was talking, you know what I mean, talking about like chakras and all this shit, and like I was real tripping, going to raves, you know what I mean, going to big shows and shit, and just, you know what I mean, seeing everybody, all the energy and everybody just want to revel and being fucked up. You know what I mean? We're young. You know what I mean? Fuck YOLO, dude. Like drugs definitely made me create my own lane, because it was edgy, but I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like.
All right, so talk about kind of some of your upcoming projects and work.
I just dropped Good Vibes Don't Pay Bills, man. It's my baby. It's my fucking EP. Like that shit. 7 tracks. Feel me? Good Vibes Don't Pay Bills. The next project so far is Disconnected, but I just thought of a new title today. I think I might drop a tape called Late Bloomer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like, and when I was in high school, I was a late bloomer. You know what I mean? As a kid, you know, puberty, all that shit. Even find out what I want to do. You know what I mean? I'm still a late bloomer. You know what I mean? I'm just literally just going with the flow. Like, I'm a fool for it, but you know what I mean? I'm having a good time for real.
Okay. Do you have any expected release maybe of any of those?
Oh yeah, I want to do before that, I want to accompany Good Vibes Don't Pay Bills with all like videos or, you know, teasers or some shit. You know what I mean? I got the t-shirts too if y'all need them. You mean they're $25-$30. Direct to garment, DTG. You know what I mean? That color won't fade. 60/40 polyester blend. You know what I mean? They're fire shirts, man. They don't shrink or none of that. But back, you know what I mean? Back to the previous task we were talking about. I just want to accompany them with all content and really like, you know what I mean, hammer in people's heads, you know what I mean, and put it really out there, create a budget, you know what I mean, want to figure out like how to like properly like break records, you know what I mean, get radio play, like all that shit, because I got my BMI, and you know what I mean, like I've had that for years, and I just think I really got to take advantage of that. We're about to get the LLC, you know what I mean, I know Cincinnati, everyone's talking about LLCs and shit, how it's a joke, but for real, like, when you ain't flexing it, and it's just you know, some humble, you know what I mean, back pocket, like little, you know what I mean, Lil John, you can like pull that out, and you can be set for real.
Talk about that, owning your own brand, your LLC. Talk about that and how you kind of want to, I guess not how, but where you kind of want that to lead to. You having your own apparel, where does this lead to, hopefully, in 5 years?
What I think what it more leads to, besides something like that's physical, is like the mentality, you know what I mean? Like learning business, learning how, like, you know what I mean, like taxes and all that shit play into like your business. And You got to figure out what certain loopholes there are, you know what I mean? Because everyone works the system, and that's literally how like people like get by and shit.
That's how the richest are the richest.
Yeah,
Exactly.
People. So like you got to like really educate yourself and like figure out like what business like methods, you know what I mean, business models you got to like find through like that mentality of like obtaining an LLC, because that's just going to do nothing but like give you more confidence in what you got, because you know what I mean, most people aren't really making investments in themselves. Like you really like if you're not going to make an investment, like why should I, you know what I mean, why should anyone else, like, and that's what literally like it's like a nuance I realized recently, you know what I mean, like it's, you really got to invest yourself, like no matter what, man, like no matter what, just balls to the wall, just like commit, man, like. Especially if you're out here trapping and shit, like everyone's selling weed and shit, you know what I mean? Do the same way you're selling weed, man. And you can get a return the same way, for real. Like, and it can be legal, and it'd be like way, way less stressful and shit. And then, like, once again, you learn about business. It's all about business. Like, the music business is business. It's really business. You're gonna get fucked. You're gonna get finessed. You're gonna get played. You know what I mean? You gotta come right. You gotta come contracts. You know, you have to. You know what I mean? You really have to like be on your shit. You have to study this shit. Like if you really want to succeed, because everyone else is an artist, but like what is going to separate, you know what I mean, yourself from everyone else is just like knowledge. The more you know about like business, the more you know about, you know what I mean, like fucking poetic devices, you know what I mean, like actually like writing strong structure, writing like bars, like learning about the iambic pentameter and shit, you know what I mean. Once again, too much game, man. I'm about to start selling it all y'all, man. Hit me up, man. Instagram, WolfMane Music. I'll sell you all the game you need.
Alright, man, so kind of just to wrap it all up, kind of just tell everybody who you are, your upcoming stuff, and just kind of wrap everything you were talking about.
Alright, yeah. I'm a like explorative hip-hop artist, you know what I mean, alternative, you know what I mean, introspective, whatever. I'm different. I like creating. Drop the EP, Good Vibes Don't Pay Bills. Check me out. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. Once again, you need t-shirts, you know what I mean. I'm a closer out here, so we're getting shit sold, man. So got a couple of them left. Shout out J Sal, because this is the collab, you know what I mean, J Sal hat, all this shit. Yeah, this is my sponsor. You feel me? J Sal. Same guy who did the fucking the booth at the merch table. But yeah, man, just stay looking out for me. Like music, I'm gonna be dropping hella, but I'm trying to just like really roll out with this little EP and shit, and figure out who I am as an artist, and still have fun doing it, and not like worry about the day-to-day stresses. Cause you gotta be patient, for real. Facts.
You guys heard it here, man. We appreciate WolfMane inviting us to the studio. Season 4, episode 3 is coming for you guys soon.